All right, so this is the funding side of the credit cleaning. So, of course, you want to go out. After you get your credit clean and you get your scores up to 700, people just think, oh, I'm going to give me a car or I'm going to get a house, or, some old basic stuff. But uh, the other side of credit is the advanced credit techniques into getting high limit lines of credit, luxury cars. You can even get luxury homes, and then you can also get large business lines of credit as well, and you can build it out so that you can achieve these things. So if you come over here to the credit clean part, so step one is to clean your credit, and then you want to add the 60K plus primary accounts to boost your score. So you're going to have credit lines of 5 and 10K credit lines, or even 12 and 15 that equal up to 60,000 or plus more. And what that's going to do is pre-build and structure your report, and make your report a lot stronger. But what's going to happen is when you're adding all these new accounts, it would also drop the age of your credit report, and that's something you kind of don't want to do. But there's a hack to it that's perfectly legal, is to go out and add the high limit trade lines. So when you add the high limit trade lines, it offsets the age because you'll be adding cards to your report of, you know, between 2 and 10 year cards to your report with high limit trade lines of 50 and 60K. And what that'll do is, that's going to be an advanced credit boost because you have all these 5 and 10K, even up to 15 or sometimes 20K primary accounts. And then you're going to add the authorized user accounts of trade lines up to 50 and 60,000. And what that will do is once all that stuff is reporting all at once, and then you'll be able to go out and get 50K lines of credit. So you'll be able to go to certain banks and apply up to 50K lines of credit, equaling up to 2K or more. Just depends on how many you go do. So one of the main ones you can start off with is Navy Federal. You got Penn Federal, and there's ways to get those accounts without being in the military as well. So another thing, so here's a general idea of what the authorized user accounts look like, the trade lines. So you'll be able to go out and just purchase, lines of credit that can report on your report. You can actually buy credit instead of building it out the old fashioned way. The old fashioned way needs to die. I mean, because you can go out, they'll say, hey, just pay your bills and get a secured card, but that'll take forever, and then you'll never get anything on your report more than what you uh, already have showing on your report. So if you're going out and getting those secured credit cards that are 200-300 bucks, that's all they're going to give you is uh is what you already have on your report. So the main thing is to have these. You'll have things like this reporting on there, and then you can also, go add on. Let's say you want a new house, a new mortgage, or a fancy vehicle, right? You can actually buy different packages of revolving credit. You can have high limit auto loans that are already paid off with your primary accounts up to, look at it, 75,000, 25K revolving, 25K, installment or whatever. Then you can do the same with the mortgage, 200 to 265,000 in mortgage. You can have that reporting paid off on your report. That's going to really, really, really make your credit look strong and make it look good, and that will look good to the banks when you go apply for funding or try to get approved for these vehicles and homes and things like that. So there's three different packages you can choose from for just primary accounts. Then you can come over here and go out and get whatever you're looking for, the high limit credit lines, luxury cars, luxury homes, and even right, I already said high limit credit lines. So that's just all basing back from what you can do with your primary alone. So then you can come down to the business side, right? So when we're thinking about business credit, do you want to start at the at zero and the finish line is 100%? Do you want to start at zero, or do you want to start at 80, 90% away from the goal? I'd rather, if I could start at 98 and find the 1% that's missing, which would probably be signing my name, and get to the end of the goal. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I want. So you can do that. That's advanced business hack one with your credit, right? your personal credit. And then two, which you can buy shelf corporations. So you can go out and buy businesses that's already, they already have the lines of credit. They already have the tax documents, the financials. They already have relationships built with certain banks. So these shelf corporations, when you buy them, they'll be ready to go. They'll even say, hey, 300K ready to go. Or they'll say 300K in funding ready to go as soon as you buy it, or 600K, 7,000, things like that with buying shelf corporations. And you can buy the shelf corporation, right? You inherit all the experience of the shelf corporation, and you can go right from the shelf corporation. If your credit straight, you can go right from your shelf corporation and receive funding from your shelf corporation. Or you can buy the shelf corporation and enhance it. You can enhance it with business lines up to $1 million. The highest one I seen like $1.1 million in credit that you can add to the shelf corporation. And then after you add all these lines of credit, I'm talking about paydeck stores, 30 paydeck scores, net 30 term accounts, all those, we'll be reporting, to that shelf corporation. And then the end result is you'll be able to receive funding. Uh, but another business hack is, buying a shelf corporation, add the lines of credit up to it, receive funding, and you can sell the business. So you can acquire a shelf. Let's say you acquire a shelf corporation for just $5,000 to $10,000 or even $4,000 or something like that. They may be ready to go on funding at 200K. You take that shelf corporation, add lines of credit to it. You're going to add value to this business. You're going to add more relationships to this business by adding these trade lines. And then when you get over here, you can even fund yourself or sell it. So you can get a shelf corporation for 4,000 or 5,000, right? You can add business lines of credit to it. That may cost you anywhere up to, let's say it costs 20 or 30,000 to add those lines of credit to it. So you're probably all in at 34,000, 35,000. You can turn around and sell that shelf corporation that you just bought for 4,000. You can turn around and sell it for $300,000 or $370,000. Just depends on what what are you going to sell it for. And that could be the extra strategy, is just extra strategy with profit is to sell the shelf corporation and use it for funding. So you're using shelf corporations or private institutions to get lines of credit, equipment, diesel trucks, anything you need to produce revenue. And to show you examples of this is, so you have Supercorps that's ready to go, right? So I have the pricing blocked out, but you can get 80 paydeck store 45 days, funding capacity 300K. 80 paydeck store for 80 paydeck score in 45 days, 320K, ready to go. This one's 500, this one's 600, this one's 300. All these are ready to go for funding as soon as you buy them, basically. So funding capacity for these 200K, 200, 350K, 425, 450, 500K, 750K. And then you have the price in there, which I have blocked out. But these are the limitless possibilities you can go to. And then on top of that, they're already ready to go at 300K, 750,000, things like that. But look, you can sit here and just buy credit and add it to it. Like I said, you don't have to build credit anymore. You can buy it. Look, 400K. It tells you what it's going to report: paydeck score, Experian, Equifax, retail, finance. 500K in credit. You got 750K in credit, 125K, a million in 1.1 million in credit, basically. So all this can be added, and then the end result is always going to be to get money, get funding. You can go from zero to $1 million in less than 90 days, 120 days. You can go right into the money. And then another big takeaway is, if you're buying age corporations and they already have the funding, the tax documents, the revenue generated, the profit loss statements, things like that. Well, you could take these shelf corporations, and right now what's going on with the COVID-19, you can go right into the PPP loans. You can get, and if you got age corporations, you can get even more money. So you can go up to 150K. You can go up to millions of dollars in PPP loan forgiveness, and all because you bought a business and you have proof that you have the tax documents and everything like that. So it's perfectly legal. and you can use that to start your journey basically. So right now, uh, this is the most important piece of the puzzle. Is this right here is the very most important piece. The cleaning credit is important, but cleaning credit, we've been doing that for a while, and that's pretty much child's play. We can get anything deleted. So we've had over 7,000 deletions in less than 6 months, basically. So that's pretty much easy. It's a given. We don't have to worry about, oh, is it possible for things to come off? But this here is the big takeaway: is by using and structuring and organizing these these credit moves right here. So this is the big takeaway. If you want information on trade lines, shelf corporations, trade lines for business, trade lines for personal, age primary accounts, then you can contact me directly and we can have a consultation. There will be fees involved with this method. This is not, you know, a free deal, but you can do this without using cash. You can, if you get your credit clean, you get 60K in primary. Well, Navy Federal will probably go ahead and give you 10 to 20K just with that right there. Penn Federal will too. You can use the cards from those, and you can use the cards that you get from Navy Federal, Penn Federal, and buy the high limit trade lines, right? Get that report, and then you can go out and get your 150K in credit. You didn't spend nothing. So the primary accounts could cost up to you might spend 700 or 800 bucks if you add all the primary accounts, but you only spend 700 $800 in primary accounts, but you're on a way to $1 million credit play. Dude, there's nobody else that can show you something like this. This is $50,000 $60,000 worth of game right here that I'm giving to you. So you add the primary accounts, you get the 10 to 15K lines of credit reporting. You go get the Navy Federal, they're gonna give you 10 to 20K. Penn Federal's gonna give you 10 to 20K right off the muscle. You don't have to get good credit. You don't have to have good credit to have that. Then once you get that, you go buy these. These could range up to a certain price. You get those, and then you can go out and apply to the 50K credit lines because there's several banks that'll do the same thing. Now 250K in credit. You got the 250K in credit. Now you can buy a shelf corporation for between 5 and 20K. You can buy your shelf corporation and add the lines of credit, and these lines of credit are no more than, sometimes you can get up to 20 or 30,000, but you're only using credit the whole time. You're just flipping and maneuvering credit the whole time to get these high limit credit lines. And to be able to do that with the least amount of dollars is mind blowing, because you used to have to, just go make the $1 million. That could take forever, a lot of heartache and stuff like that. But if you only need 700 or 800 bucks in the beginning, there's no other play better than that, you know unless you already have a card that you can use to get the primary accounts. You pay zero. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, anybody can go get a $1,000 credit card and use that, and that's it. But you're gonna you're gonna use your utilization in doing it that way. So if you have any questions, just let me know, and we can get this process started basically.